Our coverage of the men's 2000 NCAA championship continues now from Minneapolis with the first second-round game. It has been a gloomy day in the upper Midwest, but that certainly will not dampen the enthusiasm of this enormous crowd that has gathered to watch the Auburn Tigers take on the Iowa State Cyclones. Both these teams, of course, advanced and play here on Thursday. Later tonight, we've got UCLA against Maryland, and the two winning teams will go on to Auburn Hills next Thursday. Good evening, everybody. Verne Lundquist along with Bill Raftery. Welcome to Minneapolis. And this Iowa State team has gotten a lot of their folks excited, Bill, and they've got an inside-outside combo that really works.
Who wouldn't get excited about Marquis Fizer? Dynamite deep on the floor, putting it on the floor, posting up, but alongside Mr. Excitement, Jamaal Tinsley. Verne can show it and take it away with the best of him. He's a magician with the basketball. He understands weight distribution, put you back. He's an ankle buster, ankle turner. He's got the kiss shots at the end. Look at this. Show it, take it back. A lot of lingerie lingering when he's on the floor.
The Auburn Tigers, of course, lost their star, Chris Porter, late February. They've struggled a little bit since then, but they've got Mamadou Njai, who has been a force in the middle.
And when they want to run, it's so important that he plays good defense. If he can make presentations, negate attempts around the rim, they can get it going the other way. This should help them. Mack, McGadney has stepped up magnificently. He can make deep shots. He understands how to post up. He can draw a little nylon from deep.
And the third member of our commentary team, let's join him now. Here's Armin Kataya.
Thanks, Verne. You know, these coaches believe this is much of a mental matchup. It is a physical one, and to help relieve some of the mental strain, Auburn head coach Cliff Ellis told us yesterday he took his team to the Mall of America for 90 minutes, let them walk around and break up some of that cabin fever staying at the hotel. As for Larry Eustachy, the Iowa State head coach, he said after that win over Central Connecticut, you know what? He blew off a film session, a late-night session, and said, hey, guys, go out and do your thing. I'll see you at 12:30 for bed check. He believes a team that's mentally tougher today is going to win it. Back to you, Verne.
Now let's check the lineups for Iowa State and Auburn. First, the Auburn starting five. Mack, McGadney, Mamadou Njai, bothered by a bad knee, but he has been a force. Jay Hurd, Daymeon Fishback, and Doc Robinson, the senior point guard. And for Iowa State, the All-American Marquis Fizer, Stevie Johnson, Kantrail Horton, Jamaal Tinsley, and if you've not seen him, you will enjoy watching. And Michael Nurse rounds out the starting five. And our refereeing trio today, led by Mike Sanzier, Bob Donato, and Donnie Gray. Iowa State seeded number 2. They get the tip. It's in the hands of Jamaal Tinsley.
And Verne Lundquist. Auburn goes minute.
Quickly so. Here's the entry pass. Fizer first shot. No tip. No good. Stevie Johnson comes out. And Nurse will get it back in the hands of Jamaal Tinsley.
Stevie Johnson plays so big. Much bigger than his size.
Off the dribble, Kantrail Horton in the lane, off the glass and in.
Well, they feel he played not as well as he's capable of the other day, stepping up a little kiss down the lane.
Now, Larry Eustachy telling us he expected Horton to have a much better game today. Now, Doc Robinson, Michael Nurse out on him. Jamaal Tinsley picks up Daymeon Fishback.
And Fishback should be able to get a shot off over Tinsley, but here they get a 5-second call, a little breakdown. How about that pressure by the little guy? A pretty good defense by Mel as they call Tinsley, but how about this with Horton? They love to value that 3-second area, and Fizer moves out, gives the little guys room to roam.
Now Jamaal Tinsley, he's picked up by Fishback. There's the pick from Johnson. Tinsley, a baseline move, and that will send him to the free throw line. I'll tell you a little bit more about Iowa State, located in Ames, Iowa. About a 3-hour drive down Interstate 35 from here in the Big 12. Their first conference championship this season since 1945 when they won the Big 6.
Wow, it's grown a little bit since then. Of course, the first time I heard about them was Gary Thompson, known as the Rolling Rocket. And I was fortunate enough to see Gary out here, a great performer. Of course, Johnny Orr later, as we said the other day, coached did an outstanding job with Warner Second Greer, people like that. But Eustachy has them perking pretty good, Verne.
Jamaal Tinsley gets 2 free throws. That enhances the lead and makes it 4-0. Gary Thompson, the first All-American in Iowa State history, and Marquis Fizer, a consensus All-American pick. The announcement made last week.
He's the real thing. Here's the pressure on the ball. This is where Larry Eustachy thought they could get better.
Tinsley does a reach from behind, and Jay Hurd drives the lane, starting in his 5th consecutive game now, and he gets the first Auburn basket.
They spelt Jay Hurd.
Well, not really, Bill.
Is that where they want? They get a little zone look here, Verne?
Jay Hurd has put on some pounds this year. Now Fizer measures his man, and his man in this instance is McGadney. Fizer misses his second shot. He had 27 points in game 1. He's had 5 games of 30-plus in the last 9 games Iowa State has played.
Yeah, Doc Robinson, a catalyst here, does a nice job getting Auburn into their sets. Also can break you down with the dribble.
There's Jay Hurd with a jumper, and he's got 4 points. That's inside the line for 2.
A little shove as he turned the corner, but getting back to his weight. They were telling us, the Auburn people, that this summer he ate and didn't work out. He's still eating, but he's working out, so they hope he comes back. And Fishback goes out for come up gimpy.
Fishback limping as he heads toward the bench. Daymeon Fishback, he's been bothered by a cyst on his right knee. I don't know whether this is a knee injury or not. The cyst has been there for a little bit of time.
And during the 2-3 zone, you can locate Fizer better. He's very good at passing out of these double team or help situations.
Little spin move by Tinsley. Back in his hands, he takes the jumper. Fizer for the rebound, but it comes down. Marquis Daniels, who is a quick entrance into the game, and Johnson picks up the foul.
You can rebound better. You can be in position to run the other way. Cliff Ellis, who has been around a few years, got to know him at Clemson, where he developed some terrific big guys. Eldon Campbell, Dale Davis comes to mind.
A guy named Grant.
Yeah, Horace. He had Harvey for, what, 1 year, right?
That's right.
He went to Oklahoma.
Back it comes to Jay Hurd. Now Tinsley guarding him again. Doc Robinson with a jumper off the mark. Fizer gets his first board of the game. Kicks it to Tinsley, 3-on-3. Jamaal Tinsley, little underhanded dish, finds Stevie Johnson off the glass for 2 more.
He's got a flair in everything he does, and of course almost a home game for Iowa State.
Now this is a huge red and gold clad crowd here. We had 22,000 for game 1 Thursday, and I think we will exceed that easily tonight. Here's Marquis Daniel. Wow.
Not an easy shot either, and not the presentation Fizer held in abeyance.
Freshman from Orlando gets 2, and now Auburn goes into his own.
It's a little 1-3-1, although they're matching up just a little.
Skip pass, Nurse into the corner. Kantrail Horton looks for Fizer, and Fishback is putting a body on it.
He sure is, and they got Njai Lumen in the back. McGadney, correct.
That's out of bounds off Iowa State.
And Verne, some of the difficulty is the zone you can't dribble as easily against, but right down, as you mentioned, McGadney all over him, and in the back, you got the big fella there who can negate. So in a sense, it's a double team out of the zone.
The fella said he's going to rotate bodies on Fizer through much of the day, and pray he doesn't get fouled for it.
I spoke to one of the assistants, Eugene Harris. He said they are focused. He said he hasn't seen this in a while for Auburn. Well, it's the time of year.
Jay Hurd, just a bit short. Nice position for Stevie Johnson. Now here comes Jamaal Tinsley. Alley-oop. Fizer a little deep. Gets his own miss and will go to the free throw line.
He puts such pressure on you, Verne. His ability to get the puppies up and down. He streaks by little guys, and he's got wonderful, soft hands. And then the composure. First to take the hit, shot negated, to gather. And this is a ton of strength going up there. About 260, would you say?
Yes. And he's lost 35 pounds in the offseason.
Well, when Larry Eustachy came in, he wasn't happy about the demands on the conditioning, but he's very happy now the way things have progressed with his career.
Marcus Fizer was telling us last night that after Tim Floyd went to the NBA and Larry Eustachy came in, he was fighting it. And he fought it most of last year. And during the offseason, he thought to himself, I'm not going to gain anything by fighting this program, and he bought into it.
A little lane violation here.
Fizer gets a couple from the free throw line. 8-6, Iowa State.
Peter Friedman gets top-notch advice in everything he does. So why doesn't he get top-notch advice when he invests online? Simple. He doesn't know he can. See how we earn it. Solomon Smith Barney.
There's nothing going on here tonight.
Ever notice if you rub your eyes for a while, you start to see little stars and stuff? You see?
No, I don't see anything.
You gotta rub harder.
Red dots, okay? Is that what I'm... This is great.
Wait. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got flashes.
Whoa.
I see blurry blobs, 2 of them.
Ooh, lightning.
It's like a French painting.
Big night out.
Tiny amoebas marching together.
Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
It's on me, guys.
Thanks. See, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
The rugged Montana from Pontiac. It's nimble enough to tame the dusty trail. Pretty handy for life's twists and turns.
Never seen a minivan do that before. Maybe it's not really a minivan.
Life is more exciting in Montana. Now rope a rugged Montana with this limited time offer. By Pontiac.
Dear Mr. Editor, what's going on with the cartoon department?
Oh, boy.
I'd like to have the Monday paper delivered on Monday, not on Tuesday. Yesterday you said it's going to be 60 degrees. Then when I go out, I'm freezing. Thanks for nothing. Harry, send.
Microsoft is working to develop internet software that listens. In the future, everyone will have a say. Go get 'em, Harry.
An unbelievable custody battle.
No judge is going to pack a 6-year-old off to the Himalayas. Ryan is the reincarnation of the High Lama.
All new Family Law, CBS Monday.
15:44 to go first half. Injury update for Auburn. Daymeon Fishback, a sprained right ankle. Their intention is to wrap it and put him back in the game. He's not back yet. Fishback, who was on schedule to graduate this summer. Likable young man who was Mr. Basketball in Kentucky. He's a native of Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Mr. Basketball, I might add.
Yes.
To shoot against his dad, Charles, who would beat him until a certain age that it was all over.
Scott Pohlman, a starter for most of the last 2 years, and now off the bench, is in it. Marquis Daniels, nifty move, and off the glass for 2.
Well, a top prospect out of high school, a little blow by. This zone has been an effective weapon, keeping Fizer from touches, and once he gets it, forcing him to give it up.
Tied at 8, nearing the 15-minute mark. Now Fizer, he's got range.
And he can beat you with the bounce, too.
There's the double coming from Marquis Daniels. Back outside, 15 on the shot clock. Tinsley, Michael Nurse from Teaneck, New Jersey, number 53. Now, Tinsley with a little spin move and hello.
Oh, my goodness. I'm here, and I'm ready to do some damage. They called him back at home the abuser because defensively, no one could contain him.
Now here's Pohlman, right side. Daniels guarded by Nurse. Njai, now Pohlman in the corner. And the crowd from Iowa State appreciative of this defense. Tinsley with a reach around, and that shot falls for Doc Robinson.
Well, Doctor, he can run it. He knows when to step up for his team. And Verne, here's the problem. The center of the, now they come up from McGadney on Fizer. Almost man-to-man with McGadney, even though now he switched to D. 1-2-2.
From the corner, Tinsley. Probing. Nice pass. Back to Stevie Johnson.
You see the duck in by Fizer? He just unloads on people down there. There he is.
And the switch out as McGadney goes out to get on Horton. Now back. Shot clock at 3. There's the jumper. Fizer. Nope, air ball. That is a shot clock violation.
Auburn out of the Cliff Ellis. Now, over the years, he's run junk defenses, some triangle at 2s. He talked to us about, we mentioned Jimmy Valvano to one another because Jimmy was the king of mixing it up, confusing you, the frustration there, but pretty solid defensive effort early here.
Marcus Fizer, who hit 60% from the field throughout the course of 34 games, has drawn the donut so far. He's 0 for 4. Here's Pohlman inside the line. No. Michael Nurse off the springboard for the rebound. And Iowa State, Horton spots up left side. Nurse, nice pass to Johnson. He's fouled and will go to the line.
I think it's Daniels on the reach in from the left side there. But the ability of the perimeter people just break your defense down. X and O wise, Larry Eustachy doesn't have a lot of pressure because they are so creative. Part of the dilemma, though, when they dribble the lane, Fizer's duck in is taken away.
First one good for Stevie Johnson. Let's take a Jamaal Tinsley look again, Bill.
I mean, he can spin in a phone booth here, Verne. He just needs some change to make the call. He just disrupts your defense. And the great thing about it is he didn't play in high school, played AAU basketball, and then decided to straighten his life out a little bit and get going, went to a junior college.
Went out to California, as a matter of fact. And there's the first miss by Stevie Johnson. Jamaal Tinsley enrolled at Mount San Jacinto Community College. Spent 2 years there. He's in his first year at Iowa State. Now Pohlman, guarded by Tinsley.
Now he will run him. See, Tinsley got lost there.
Pohlman from way outside. Got it.
That's his shot. Now Tinsley's okay on the ball, but once a guy makes moves, he'll forget. That's sort of just trying to steal and go the other way, which he is so adept at.
Nurse ties it. No, puts Iowa State on top. That was for three. Michael Nurse, another junior college acquisition in his first year. Second year at Iowa State.
He loves playing off the ball. Good shooter, Teaneck, New Jersey.
Here's McGadney. He had the big three-pointer the other night, and this foul's going to go on Marcus Fizer.
Oof. Well, anytime you play Iowa State, you're hoping that a guy like Fizer gets in foul trouble. But Verne, he has not fouled out this year. Plays well within himself, averages less than 3 fouls a game. So he gave the look there. He thought that was clean.
Yet to score from the field. Larry Eustachy said in the first round game Iowa State played, he was concerned about the potential Fizer foul problem because this is not a deep team. We will see Martin Rancik tonight to substitute for him a couple of times. Nice move. Shot won't fall. Fishback is back on the floor, and he is fouled.
2, I think, on Johnson now, if they give him that one. But you can see right there, the experience of Auburn, they go right at the big fella, dump it in, and try and get Fizer to foul. And you just called it. Rancik in the game now, Verne.
Fizer will set Martin Rancik, who was out for 12 games with a broken bone in his right foot. This is a bit of a homecoming for him. And Rancik, who played the high school ball at St. Louis Park here in suburban Minneapolis. Timeout called by Auburn. 14-13, Iowa State. We'll be right back.
It seems like they were thinking about it from the beginning.
In the 1930s, they built their first safety test vehicle.
In 51, they patented front and rear crumple zones.
In 1960, they patented their safety steering system
and pioneered anti-lock brakes in 78.
In 1997, they built a more crash-compatible SUV.
Now they have vehicles with 8 airbags.
Because one thing has always been most important.
At a time when computer companies were building walls of incompatibility, one company envisioned a world without boundaries. They began by building high-powered workstations. Soon their servers became the backbone of the internet and corporate networks. Today, Sun Microsystems has created technology linking all things electronic. Where do you learn about companies whose brilliance lights the way? Exactly. NASDAQ, stock market for the digital world.
Call Merck to learn more about an FDA-approved hair loss treatment or call your doctor to discuss which treatment is best for you.
Introducing the biggest, boldest player in the Colonel's sandwich lineup. My spicy triple crunch zinger. Not 1, not 2, but 3 big strips of white meat chicken, plus the Colonel's spicy zinger sauce. Try one today for just $1.99. Booyah!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Flight 126 has been cancelled. There is another flight, Union Atlantic Air Flight 176, at a gate 54. It has 5 remaining seats.
MySAP.com helps companies and people work together in real time.
Correction, 4 remaining seats.
Well, Verne, once in a while, it's man on man. Macho. And you'll see Tinsley here. Now, once it's given up, he's looking to steal and a nice step and cut. And you've got to stay on Scotty Pohlman. He has not played as well as he's capable of with injuries and bang-ups. Tinsley loves to steal, so Pohlman without the basketball is a very tough matchup for him.
Scott Pohlman, the junior from Roswell, bothered by a sty in his left eye. He's been had nagging injuries the last month or so as well.
And Tinsley switches now, and Horton's the guy on Pohlman.
Reggie Sharp, Michael Nurse way out. Look at this man-to-man. The Sharp goes by him, and the dish for two.
And no fear either. Fizer on the Pines. They're going to go right at the tin.
Auburn reclaims a 1-point lead. Under 12 to go first half.
And still with the zone. Listen, now they're matching up. Fishback comes up. Fortunately, he's okay. Looks like Verne back in the game. No ankle problem.
Martin Rancik, number 15, on for Fizer. Foul this may be on McGadney away from the ball. Yep.
Auburn foul number 31, Mack McGadney, his first.
Mack McGadney with the layup has given Auburn a 1-point edge. Time call.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS Sports.
Sir.
From Acura.
A computer that is so last century. Introducing iPac, the first internet device for business. A kinder, simpler device with the Intel Pentium 3 processor that taps into the power of the internet and meets all your business computing needs. The age of simple internet computing has arrived. iPac from Compaq.
Look out. There's a new faucet in town. Introducing the new pull-out spray from Delta with a radical new design, combining beauty, practicality, and just a touch of attitude. Delta, the faucet.
Has anyone seen Dave?
Hey, Dave. When you have Wendy's all-white meat nuggets,
Dave?
everyone wants them.
Dave, you in there?
No one's here. Wendy's 99-cent chicken nuggets. A small price to pay for great chicken.
Don't forget the nuggets.
Call Merck to learn more about an FDA-approved hair loss treatment, or call your doctor to discuss which treatment is best for you.
Auburn leading 15-14 as we're under 12 to go in the first half of play. 7 bench points for Auburn, nothing for Iowa State. But maybe the most significant thing, Bill, is how Auburn has defended this Iowa State team.
And I think confused as well, because Fizer limited, not able to get shots. They're going to rest him. They want to space him, give him at least 5 minutes, get him back in the game and pound it into him. But the mix-up, and one thing Cliff Ellis has done for years, he'll go with what he thinks will work, and he's done it today with the matchup here.
Here's Rancik out. Gets it in the hands of Brandon Hawkins, who's come on the floor now, number 12 for Iowa State. Tinsley kicks it to Hawkins. Jamaal Tinsley, in addition to everything else the other night, had 6 points, a career high at Iowa State. This shot missed, and a foul is going to be called.
I believe it was Rancik, maybe just reaching over the top. Verne, you know, the other thing that this zone does of Auburn, it keeps the guards from penetrating in the middle, keeps them out. Now with Fizer back in, I think the middle is open if they're patient and let him duck in right under the basket, see if they can get him the basketball.
And as Fizer comes back in, so also does Mamadou Njai, the 7-footer from Dakar, Senegal, the senior for the Auburn Tigers. He's been bothered by a really bad left knee.
And they're playing bigger now with Rancik in the game and Johnson with the 2 fouls. Look at him down low trying to get Njai.
Out to Marquis Daniels, the freshman from Orlando. He's guarded by Tinsley now. Pohlman into the lane, taken away. Tinsley, 3-on-1. Michael Nurse, no. Foul call.
I believe Daniels there trying to recover. They want to woo-woo, get it up and run and challenge. And the one thing when you're playing against a zone or a matchup, if you can beat them down the floor, Verne, you can get some stuff done early.
Bill, this is something that we're going to get used to. Iowa State at the line. They do shoot a lot more free throws than their opposition.
Well, the complaint, I guess, if you're the opposition, how come they outshoot us, but they drive to the rim? They make contact. They initiate situations.
Over the course of 34 games, listen to this. Iowa State has made 580 free throws. Their opponents have attempted 487.
Now, that's a page out of Duke's book, Indiana's book over the years.
And the 2 free throws from Nurse. They are 7 of 8 at the line, and they're back on top by 1. Listen to this roar. This is early in the game.
Are we in Ames? Or are we in Minneapolis? I think NJ's got to get some touches, though, do some damage inside.
Rancik guards him. They've got Fizer on Daymeon Fishback.
Ooh, another
and
turn.
they threw it away. Reggie Sharp let this one go.
Well, good teams can step up the pressure. And you can see Iowa State can sustain it. That's the key. More and more trips with a closeout. Deny. Force the issue.
Jamaal, Tinsley, Marquis, Fizer. Michael Nurse, Rancik, and Hawkins on the floor for the second-seeded Iowa State team. Oh, nice job.
It sure was.
Yep.
They tried to lob, the screen for Fizer. Tinsley off the mark.
Marquis Daniels defending. Fishback way outside. Rancik goes up, grabs it. And he puts it in the hands of Brandon Hawkins. Rancik, yes!
And a real good non-call as well. Well, Rancik able to bring it out, which complements your guards. Push the ball, get yourself set.
Fishback way off the mark. A 7-2 run. Here's Hawkins. Back to Tinsley. There's the spin move, but it's off his foot and out of bounds.
A little too well. You're going to do that when you're frequently penetrating. But what helps this club? Rancik now run out. Now he gets into a lane, Verne. Gets himself established. And I love the non-call here. Under the rim, let it go. A little kiss by the big fella. Coming back to this area where he'd gone to high school.
Martin Rancik, a native of Bratislava, Slovakia. And in his junior season, 6'8", 230-pounder. And they welcome him back. Paul Shirley, the other big man, still bothered by a broken bone in his foot. And Larry Eustachy tells us he doesn't think he'll play at all tonight. Robinson, little runner for 2.
And also a page out of our book, a little weave from the old days.
Yes.
NJ just hasn't had any time. They go strong. Go strong.
Fizer up and under. Travel.
Wow, he is somewhat frustrated. NJ gave up the early post, but the close down, the double, forced Fizer. And right now, for the first time, it's not coming easy. The last couple of weeks, the flow has been his way. Eustachy, big defense. Guys that have influenced him. Bob Boyd, great coaches. Southern Cal, and Tim Floyd, of course, who was at Iowa State prior to him.
Richard Evans on the floor now, number 00 for Iowa State. Rancik gets a rest. Nice pass in the lane. NJ off the mark. Fizer with a rebound.
And nice pry, though. That's what he's got to do, shape up.
Hawkins. Evans hurries into the post. Now Fizer gets there. And Fishback has it. Over Fishback still. Hasn't scored, but the follow from Richard Evans is good.
Nice little play, but of course, don't forget, Verne, NJ is over double teaming. The weak side area is going to be open for rebounds.
First bench points for Iowa State. They're up by 3. Oh, another turnover. Here's Brandon Hawkins all by himself.
Oh! Cliff Ellis wants the timeout. A little send it in, all because of great defense.
Drive the car, get the ball. Test drive a new Oldsmobile, get a $50 certificate toward the ball or any other sports gear from MVP.com. Go to Oldsmobile.com for details. Then drive the car and get the ball.
Well, Verne, Lundquist, Mamadou knows defense. He's going to help here, and what that's going to do is give an open opportunity for Evans to sneak in, so you're going to pay for your double dose. He comes in, nobody to check out the weak side. That's one of the few trips that's been effective in the low post area.
12-4 Iowa State run in the last 4:48. They lead by 5, and we are under the 8-minute mark.
They rub off the high post guy. Daniels is a slasher. Here's the weave. They'll break down with the bounce. Usually Doc.
Doc Robinson kicks it left side.
You are seeing some great defense, by the way. Look at this.
Tinsley with the block. And the rebound. Nurse. And the weave again. Here's Daniels spotting up for 3. Foul, makes it, shoots one.
A potential 4-point turnaround. Wow, and that was deep and under duress. Well, a block shot set it up the other way, but the counter with the 3 gets you right back in the game. This is just terrific defense. A block shot to a nurse. Is there a doctor in the house? Oh my goodness, was that just great defense.
Marquis Daniels, however, converts a 4-point play, and the lead is 4 with 7:07 to go.
Faster, more reliable, higher quality, more profitable. Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, and it can be whatever you want it to be. So tell us, what do you want the internet to be?
Come together right now over me.
I need a car.
There's a whole new way to shop for a used car.
No, a convertible, a red one, with under 15,000 miles.
Introducing Autotrader.com. With 1.5 million used cars updated daily, it's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
You couldn't help me with a loan, could you? Can we help you?
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Good evening, folks.
Hold the door, hold the door. Hey, hold that elevator. Hold it. One more. Whoa. Hey, open the door. Somebody get that, please. People, somebody press the button. Frank, come on, I can see you in there. Please open the door. Hey. Come on, we're reasonable people here. Hey. Oh, that's my Bud Light. Get it, Frank. Whoa.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
I can't shake them.
Is this going on?
Make it a Bud Light.
The rugged Montana from Pontiac. It's nimble enough to tame the dusty trail. Pretty handy for life's twists and turns.
Never seen a minivan do that before. Maybe it's not really a minivan.
Life is more exciting in Montana. Now rope a rugged Montana with this limited time offer. By Pontiac.
Hate and intolerance are destroying lives. Now Chuck Norris fights America's fiercest enemy.
We're going to need all the help we can get on this one.
All new Walker, CBS tonight.
Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg back in our studios in New York. Iowa State holding a 3-point lead on Auburn. We'll get you back to Minneapolis after we check out what's happening elsewhere around the country and what's happening in Salt Lake City. This may raise a few eyebrows, even though it's early on. Wisconsin with the lead on Arizona, although the Wildcats, you said, Clark, start slowly once in a while.
They started slowly the other night, Greg, when they didn't make shots early. Lute Olson got them into the locker room at halftime, told them to relax. Shots started falling. And I think the same thing can happen, although Wisconsin, again, defensively, rebounding the ball, taking care of it. You know they'll excel in those areas. And if they make shots, they're hard to deal with.
You know what it looks like? The Wisconsin Badgers have benefited from that big charge that they had against Fresno State, and they're still feeding off of that. They lead Arizona. Meanwhile, in Tucson, Purdue and Oklahoma, and this has been a back-and-forth game.
It really has been. Oklahoma, an excellent three-point shooting team, has yet to make a three-point shot and still have managed to gain a lead here. They had trailed most of this half, and despite one of their biggest weapons not being on the floor, J.R. Raymond with 3 fouls, the three-point shot not going, they still have a 1-point lead.
Purdue, the number 6 seed in the West, and Oklahoma, the number 3. And right now, as you said, the Sooners have managed to gain the lead, but Purdue has really had the upper hand from the start.
They've controlled it for the most part, and here's Oklahoma. This is where they like to shoot the 3, Greg, in transition. Or if the 3 isn't there, just take it straight to the rim.
So Oklahoma grabbing control there. Let's send you back to Minneapolis. Auburn and Iowa State will rejoin Verne Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
All right, Greg, thank you. It's been fun for us watching you and Clark work while we've had some downtime as you take us around the country. We've got a good one going here. Marquis tied at 26. Excuse me, Bill.
Marcus Fizer struggling, Verne. 0 for 5 the last couple of trips. He started to pass the ball effectively.
Daymeon Fishback's 3 just tied it up. 5:23 to go. First half of play. Largest lead has been 7 by Iowa State. Njai calls for it.
He was working hard, Verne. First time I've seen him on the offensive end.
Back out to the high post again. Scott Pohlman guarded by Tinsley. Doc Robinson. Shot clock at 5. Off the glass, off of Fizer, and into the hands of Pohlman.
And an open shot. Good piece and reaction by Tinsley. Second block on the perimeter.
Jamaal Tinsley second on this team with blocks. He's got 34 for the season now and away from the ball.
I think it might be Fizer, or do they give it to Mamadou? I believe it's Njai, the way they're all settling down, trying to control him down there.
Yes, it is.
That's impressive about Tinsley. I mean,
how about that? He's averaging more than a block per game.
And he gets after it defensively with steals as well.
Evans and Nurse get to rest now. That was the 16th foul off the inbound play. Stevie Johnson can't go, and here comes McGadney for Auburn. Tied at 26, 4:33 to go, first half.
Daymeon Fishback does a nice job screening as well and getting himself what pressure on the ball.
And what an outlet pass. Tinsley to Johnson.
Oh, the open floor, they ignite defensively. Tinsley extraordinary, but others as well, scraping and digging.
Here comes the crowd from Iowa State. But that will quiet them. Doc Robinson, excellent move toward the basket.
A nice screen inside by McGadney to let him blow by.
Robinson, the senior, has 6 points. Fizer with McGadney off the dribble. And now he goes to Brandon Hawkins.
Now they can locate him down here and they get more help.
Here comes the help. Dish to Hawkins, back to Fizer. Basket good? No, it's not.
Yeah, I noticed now, last year, Marcus Fizer would be a little emotional. He's been totally under control. He is getting banged around, disrupted. He's getting pushed. This is amazing. Now, he thinks this is good. This is why he's going after Mike. Just an aggressive mindset, because I think he's struggling a little, taking it out on the officials.
Well, he's hitting 83% over the last 11 games from the free throw line. And he gets the first here. Get complete coverage with real-time desktop scoring in the Game Center. For the fastest coverage online, just click on March Mayhem at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online at the keyword CBS Sportsline. Got them both. 3:39 to go first half. Good one going here in Minneapolis.
Sickness, the final frontier. Lice?
You got it.
Thank you. Boils. The train's coming into the station. It's just not stopping. That's the one. Anything for that? Yahtzee! See you next week. Even at the drugstore, you can do more with the American Express card.
All right, Kowalski, Russo,
O'Brien,
the rest of you.
see you next week. Pipe down!
You shouldn't have to worry about your website. Microsoft Windows 2000 was built for total reliability. The business internet starts with Microsoft.
Nothing like food and water stolen from a precious little azalea.
Thanks for the meal, Red.
Some life we got here, eh?
Yeah, remember the time they sprayed us?
A waste of time.
Didn't touch our roots, we grew back
Better than ever. Ain't nobody gonna spray us now with all these delicate flowers around.
Right, Red?
Say, what's that?
Roundup kills tough weeds, even near flowers. Roundup. No root, no weed, no problem.
You know, we might get hounded by fans out here. I am David Duvall.
Oh, hey.
Yo, guys!
Here we go.
Is that AT&T one-rate 7-cent plan good all the time?
Yes, it is.
Thanks. Hey.
There are no time restrictions?
7 cents all day, every day.
Well, that's a heck of a plan, Dave.
Hey, phone guy!
That's unfortunate.
7 cents a minute, all day, every day.
Excuse me.
It's all day, every day.
Hey, stick to the golf, huh?
Based on the bestseller Donnie Brasco, Jason Gedrick in an extraordinary television event.
5 votes for you. Not only do you get whacked, but I get whacked.
Falcone begins CBS April 4th.
2-point Iowa State lead, 3:39 to go in the half. Sunday on 60 Minutes. Who are the new masters of the net? The internet, that is. They're taking the cyber world by storm. And why is the mayor of one of the world's hottest vacation spots giving visitors the cold shoulder? The answer on 60 Minutes Sunday. Marcus Fizer struggling from the field, Bill.
Speaking of cold shoulder, huh? His teammates have certainly stepped it up, though, at 10 of 14. Now, watching Auburn, Verne, watch the SEC conference, they played well. This is as intense as I've seen them. I mentioned Eugene Harris saying they're focused. They certainly are, and they're trying to establish low.
McGadney over Fizer, got it for 2. We're tied again. And Mack McGadney is one of those who had to step up with the suspension of Chris Porter.
They sure has in a nice way. And Fizer a little soft on the other end defensively. Not afraid of getting that next nick.
7 ties, 4 lead changes thus far. Tinsley, alley-oop. Fizer, first basket from the field.
And his body work set him up. Great position. Knows how to create room, turn his backside on a defender.
Off the dribble, Doc Robinson.
Now you notice
Horton has it.
You notice the clear there, and then they stayed. That's all from looking at tape. Doc likes the right side for an empty one-on-one. Here they go again.
Little bump from Horton. That's going to be a foul before the shot. And we go back and take a look at Marcus Fizer's first basket of the night.
Well, this is what you call scoring before you catch it. It's all the body work, the turn that sets up the field goal. So you've got to understand the footwork and obviously that great strength to hold people off.
Horton's first foul, still not in the bonus. That is the 6th foul. Here's Jay Hurd back. That one brought rain. Boy.
Defense was challenged. John stood up on him, but that came down wet. Pass him a towel.
2.5 to go first half. Fizer, Michael Nurse, now Njai battles him. And Fizer wanted a foul call.
And he is unhappy expressing himself. And it's the emotion right now. He's got to get control.
Yeah, he's exchanging glances. He's looking more at Sancerre than he is Njai. Mike Sancerre, the official, traveling.
And he's looking back at him again. Come on, big fella. Calm down. You got all the talent in the world. It'll come. Just relax. And right here, the little discard, and he gets frustrated right away. Looking at the official, he can't help you. He doesn't have the pill.
2-point Iowa State lead nearing the 2-minute mark of the first half. Alley-oop, Njai. Turns right, cans it.
You call that counterpunching.
Yes.
Same thing. The great position, held off the lob. The big inches certainly helped on that play. 1-3-1 right now with help from the rear.
Hawkins is back on the floor for Iowa State. Now here's Jamaal Tinsley. Gets the screen from Johnson, takes the jumper. No. Fishback with the rebound.
Now I say 1-3-1 because the match creates that. They go to where the bodies are. It shapes and forms to your offensive set.
90 seconds to go before the break. Hurd off the dribble. No basket.
May have been Nurse on that baseline, Verne. No, they give it to Tinsley.
Minute 24 away from Pennzoil at the half. We'll go back to our New York studios. Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg, scores and highlights, and they'll take you around the NCAA tournament. Live look-ins at other games that are underway here in round 2.
High quality game so far, though, Verne. Good intensity, good emotion, good understanding.
Hurd, no.
It was on Nurse, by the way.
Fizer with the rebound. Kantrail, Horton back on the floor. Fizer way outside. He's got that shot, but not this time. Rebound, Marquis Daniels.
Both clubs so well coached. Very few runouts. Great balance. I would go to Fizer with Njai. I'd try and get him another one. He's too good.
Njai wanted the ball that last time they were in his neighborhood.
Fizer will make Mamadou hit the weight room.
Fizer fronting him, and he went up and got his second foul.
That Cliff Ellis has been down the road. He knows. He knows you can't let a guy dominate. Put the pressure on him. You make a great player play some defense. Here, the body work, and I just thought he should have better shot selection on that too, Verne. He could have gone to the other side of the rim with the left hand and still have gotten the foul.
The All-American Marcus Fizer has just picked up his second foul in the first half, sending Mamadou Njai to the line. In a tie game, 32 all, 47.9 to go first half.
And Verne, it's been just terrific defense by Auburn. A little matchup look. They'll trail cutters. They'll contain on the defensive end the penetration of Iowa State and then identify Fizer. Once they identify him, they get a front and back on him, and it's been very hard for him. And I think emotionally, he is to just relax a little. Take a deep breath. It's gone smoothly. Once in a while, it isn't the way you want it, so don't fight it.
Martin Rancik takes his place for the final 45 seconds. Fizer 1 of 7 from the field, and showing that frustration in some glances he's exchanging with the officiating crew.
Yeah, they're not love looks, are they?
No, not at all. Up and under, Stevie Johnson short. Here comes Auburn with a chance to add to their 1-point lead, and they will play for the final shot in the first half. Larry Eustachy yelling at his troops, don't foul.
Got to go now. Run your play. We're going to do a dribble drive.
Robinson. Nope. Hurd. Out of bounds off Tinsley. 3.3 to go.
And Verne, how often do you end up with shots like that when you're holding for one? Instead of getting into the rhythm of the game, you don't have to score or shoot it, but run your stuff, and then you might end late with a good shot.
Jamison Brewer is going to come on the floor now to make the inbounds pass. He replaces Marquis Daniel. And it's taken away, stolen by Nurse. And we have reached the end of the first half. The Auburn Tigers closed the first half on a 16-8 run. And they take a 1-point lead, and we check in with Armin Kateya.
Thanks, Verne. Coach, it looks like your game plan, especially as it relates to Fizer, is working to perfection so far.
You've got to stop him. Of course, there's another half to go. They're still getting too many transition buckets, and that's the thing that concerns me. But we need to continue doing what we're doing, but we got to get back better on defense.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Thank you, Armin. Greg and Clark along with Pennzoil at the half from New York when we return after these messages.
4 airbags, a steel safety cage, and a whiplash protection seating system. All the safety you'd expect in a Volvo. At a price you may not. Introducing the Volvo S40.
Great walk, huh, Jake? Your next, Carl.
The blockbuster movie that shocked audiences everywhere.
The victim in this case is my client.
Richard Gere.
I saw the tape. I know what he did to you.
Primal Fear, CBS Wednesday. Failsafe, a live television event. CBS Sunday, April 9th.
Here now, the story of a boy, a crank, and a window.
Oh, Billy, this old crank did a good job. But it sure gets in the way of the shade.
Maybe it's time for something new. See, Billy? Pella's all-new casement has a crank handle that folds into the window.
And out of the way of old man, Mr. Shade.
Wow, can we keep him?
We sure can, Billy. We sure can.
Leaders acknowledge the leader, Holmes Murphy.
As controller of a rapidly growing company, I was challenged to consolidate many risk management programs. I moved them all to Holmes Murphy. Their hands-on approach to our insurance needs is unparalleled. McLeod USA has a strong relationship with Holmes Murphy based on good communication. And in our business, that's everything.
We're honored to serve so many of the industry leaders, and we're flattered that they acknowledge Holmes Murphy as the insurance leader.
It's the longest-lasting full-size pickup with overall the most powerful line of engines. And now that the 2001 model is available with a higher output 5.9-liter Cummins diesel, you know this truck is really going to clean up. Dodge Ram, now with a $1,000 cash allowance on 2000 models.
I'm at a couple of the games going on, but one still in action in Salt Lake City, and we'll take you there in just a moment.
CBS Sports presents Pennzoil at the Half, sponsored by Pennzoil, specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil.
Welcome to Pennzoil at the Half. Greg Gumbel along with Clark Kellogg here in our studios in New York. At halftime, Auburn leading Iowa State 33-32. We were just saying a little while ago, Larry Eustachy probably trying to wonder just when Marcus Fizer is going to kick in, but meanwhile, he and his Cyclones still in the game.
They certainly are, only down by 1, but Auburn's defense and their shooting has been outstanding. Over 50% shooting, and the defense has really made it tough for Fizer to get quality looks in that first half.
All right, Clark, we will get the folks out to a game in progress now. That one in Salt Lake City in the West region. 8th seed Wisconsin with a 26-17 lead on the top seed in the West, Arizona. Let's go to Craig Bolerjack and Barry Booker.
4:47 left here in the first half in Salt Lake City. Round 2 of the West region. Wisconsin, the 8th seed, leading the #1 seed in the West, Arizona. First shot with 9. Arenas keeping Arizona at least in this ball game, Barry, with 10 points.
But he has been it so far for this Arizona Wildcat ball club. Arizona shooting only 41% from the field, while Wisconsin shooting 45%.
Wessel had a good look short, chases down the miss, but then Bershot puts up a big hand and takes it away.
Another turnover for Arizona, #8 so far.
Arizona, the 1 seed, coming out of the Pac-10. They were co-champs with Stanford, and Barry, Stanford got the 1 seed in the South. Some people believe Cincinnati, with the injury to Kenyon Martin, still should have been a 1 seed. They got the 2 seed. Arizona benefited with the 1. Lauren Woods, as you look at him, the big 7-foot 1-inch big man, he's been on the bench for 7 straight games, but yet I guess the committee felt like Arizona still continuing to win without him.
But Temple, Iowa State, several strong candidates for that other #1 seed. And Wisconsin trying to take them out. Second round of the NCAA tournament, and the top seed in the West is down.
Wisconsin got here despite being 8-8 in Big Ten play. 6 teams out of the Big Ten made the tournament.
13 losses overall for the Badgers.
3-pointer wouldn't go. Just beat the shot clock, but the rebound goes out to Michael Wright. Under 4 minutes left in the half. Gardner
And lately, Wisconsin has been working that shot clock, forcing this Arizona ball club that is thin, only 7 scholarship players. Wisconsin's making them play a lot of defense.
Inside to Arenas and the Wessel. And that breaks a bit of a drought. Justin Wessel, his second bucket, 4 points. He had 10 points, 8 boards in 27 minutes against Jackson State on Thursday.
Pretty set up by Gilbert Arenas on that last trip to get Arizona an easy basket.
Dewaney breaks out, likes that three-point shot, gives off to Will. Double team, stolen. Here comes Gardner. Dewaney on the chase, up and in. All of a sudden, Arizona catching a little fire.
And these great freshman guards for Arizona, Gardner and Arenas, starting to take over this ball game, getting it into an up-tempo ball game the way Arizona needs it to be.
Well, Bear, they've lived and died by the freshman backcourt. I mean, Gardner and Arenas, between the two, about 28 points a game. So far, they've combined for 14. Russell coming up on the rebound. Here comes Arenas. Arenas, good look, pulls back, hit.
Here come the Wildcats.
A dozen for Arenas. And just when you think the #1 seed may roll over, they fight back. They pull to within 3. 2.5 to go. First half in Salt Lake.
Hey! He's in the garage.
Hey! If you're going to have a garage, have a garage. And if you're going to use an oil, use an oil. Pennzoil with Pure Base, specially formulated for stop-and-go driving.
Like what I've done with the place? Hey, what does this do? Well, that opens up the roof so I can airlift anything in or out of the garage.
Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
With decency and honesty.
I do my best to get along with others.
And have pride in myself.
I put forth my best effort in all competition and always compete fairly.
Walk tall, stand tall.
Compassionate.
You may take your son home.
Thank you. But tough when she needs to be.
I've made other plans.
Sit down, Mr. Jankowski.
Get to know Judge Amy Gray, CBS Tuesday.
So the Wildcats have come roaring back in these final minutes of the first half, and they trail Wisconsin now 26-23. Meanwhile, in Tucson, Purdue and Oklahoma underway in the second half, and the Boilermakers have mounted something of a charge. Let's get you out to Tucson. Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
32-31, Oklahoma on top of Purdue. OU led this game at halftime by 2. Bryant Cardinal off the mark today from the perimeter. Now, here comes a speedy point guard with the kickback. Price in the corner now with it. 8 points for Hollis Price in the first half of play on 4 of 7 shooting. And a foul on the baseline. And the bracket here in the West, second round action. 3 versus a 6, Oklahoma and Purdue. The winner takes on the winner of the Gonzaga-St. John's game, which is a 2 versus a 10.
Neither team shooting the ball particularly well today, most notably from behind the three-point arc, but they've been able to get the ball inside. Eduardo Nahara really picked it up in the later stages of the first half and has the basket here already in the second.
Price off the dribble. And he misses. Now Cornell in the front court.
Cornell only 1 for 4 in the first half.
Mike Robinson across the lane. Nice look. Cornell frees himself on the baseline and can't get the roll. Price to Newton for 3. Great look from the freshman, Hollis Price. Newton now with 5.
Great job executing in the transition, not trying to force it inside, stops at the free throw line with the jump stop and makes the pass to the open shooter.
Oklahoma 35-31. Now Cornell drives baseline, kicks it out. Cartno, extra pass. McQuay is fouled.
So the Sooners use their first three-pointer of the day to stretch their lead over Purdue, 35-31. Still to come here on CBS this evening. Out west, Gonzaga and St. John's, they'll tip close to 8 p.m. And in the Midwest, UCLA and Maryland should tip right about straight up 8 o'clock. We thank you for joining us here on Pennzoil at the half. We'll send you back to Minneapolis for the second half of your game right after this.
Pennzoil at the half has been sponsored by Pennzoil, specially formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil.
Meet Martin Licious, Storm Chaser. Some head for the basement. He heads for a Chevy S10. It's got advantages over Ford Ranger, like better fuel economy, a bigger bed, and standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes on every model. Because if you want to outrun Mother Nature, you need every advantage you can get. Chevy S10, like a rock.
Dave's all new with Martha Stewart and Gabriel Byrne, Monday on CBS.
Introducing a whole new idea in breakfast. New breakfast bagel sandwiches. Only McDonald's brings you our tender, juicy steak, egg, and cheese bagel, our zesty Spanish omelet bagel with sausage, and the classic taste of our ham, egg, and cheese bagel. 3 big breakfast sandwiches, all on a toasted bagel baked fresh daily at McDonald's. It's a new day and a new breakfast. Come on in.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
What do you know? There is something new under the sun.
Someday, a health plan will care as much about your rights as its bottom line and defend your right to know, your right to choose, your right to be involved in your health care.
Someday is here, and we've opened up a new door. Have your health and you have everything.
When it comes to health improvement,
You just can't beat the blues.
All across the country, winter is finally turning to spring. And now, with the National Jeep Spring Event, you can explore all of the season's surprises. Change your whole perspective with an incredible $359 a month lease on Grand Cherokee Laredo. And climb to new heights with exceptional capability, luxury, and style. The world looks different from behind the wheel of a legendary 4x4. So get to your dealer today before this event takes off for the season. Check it out at your Jeep dealer.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Chevrolet Trucks, Agilent Technologies, Bud Light, and by NASDAQ.
As you can tell, it's a very nice day to be indoor here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are, and we're watching the Auburn Tigers, who lead Iowa State 33-32. And a moment ago, Armin Katayan had a chance to talk with Cyclone head coach Larry Eustachy.
Coach, you're only down by 1. How important is it to get Marcus off, going good in the second half?
It's nothing to do with Marcus Fizer. Our defense is really broken down. We've given up 52%. Doesn't have a thing to do with getting Marcus the ball or anything. It's the other end of the court. We're not staying in front of people. We've given up 6 layups, 12 uncontested shots. The problem's at the other end.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, Larry Eustachy chatting just a moment ago with Armin Katayan. Do you agree?
Well, they generally keep you at 42%, and they've been lower than that in this last run. So I think that's part of it. But I think when you're used to a guy as good as Fizer, you feed off him. He's not emotionally the way I've seen him in tape. He's a little bit frustrated. You can see what a wonderful job Auburn's been doing. It's either been a front or a double from the top. And on occasion, when he's been alone, it's been Njai 7 feet as Mamadou is able to negate and get it going the other way. So he's got to play composed, Marcus Fizer. He's too good.
1 of 8 in the first half of play. And let's set the lineups now as we get set for the second half. Njai, Fishback, Doc Robinson, Jay Hurd, and McGadney for the Tigers of Auburn. That's their starting 5. It's Tinsley and Fizer along with Horton, Johnson, and Nurse, the same starting 5 on the floor for Iowa State.
And they try to establish NJ. Fizer did a good job in the lane.
Doc Robinson picked up by Michael Nurse. Fishback from way outside, off the glass, rebound. McGadney not there. This time the rebound to Stevie Johnson.
He really didn't need that one, too. He could have reset, gotten a better look.
Now Johnson kicks it left side to Michael Nurse. Oh, wow, talk about downtown.
And quick, and Fizer hadn't even established himself on the box.
Oh, he was in St. Paul. May have been closer to Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
You haven't left the hotel. How do you know? Look at this lob to the box.
Njai. Fizer has to be careful.
He did.
He plays with 2 fouls, and he was. Went straight up. Here's Tinsley. How about that pass?
Great look.
How about that block? And Michael Nurse will go to the free throw line.
Well, Cliff Ellis talking to Armageddon just before, at the end of the half, was saying we're not getting back defensively. That was a case in point. But right here, the front, and Fizer wisely moving away so that he doesn't get the foul problems. But they, no question, trying to establish an inside game against Fizer.
This is not a bad free throw shooting team, and they have increased their proficiency dramatically in the last 11 games. Among those who is really improved is Stevie Johnson. Got them both. And Iowa State, 11 of 12 at the line.
Boy, are you on top of your numbers there, Verne?
Occasionally.
Oh, look
Here's the steal, Tinsley. He's going to leave it for Nurse.
He just violated every rule that I've ever heard. He dribbled into his man's path, and he still made it work. I mean, one of the basic tenets of a fast break, don't make one man, make it easy on him to play both of you. And Johnson with number 3 on the checkout. McGadney
way away from the ball.
Yeah, it sure was.
And that is the 3rd foul for Stevie Johnson.
Yeah, he's very important to them. Big rebounder. Mentioned his ability to play much larger.
Eustachy's going to go to his bench and send Richard Evans in. Well, he made the move. Now he's sending back. That one's good. McGadney.
What makes him tough, Verne, he's a middle range guy. Most deep shooters, he can post up. He's got the middle and wonderful touch. And now they go that little match that's been very confusing against Iowa State.
Now the switch. Here's Fizer. Double comes from Njai. Gets it back outside to Nurse. Ball movement. Oh, how about the behind the back? And an offensive foul.
No, you know what? I think they called the wall.
Movement.
And there was no look. I mean, that was just a terrific move. And Larry Eustachy, not a happy guy of late, Verne.
After the turnover, here's Doc Robinson, and Auburn reclaims the lead with a 3-pointer.
And what had happened at the far, Tinsley had made a nice pivot move. They called the walk and the counter by Auburn.
Daniels off the bench leads Auburn with 10 points. But the real story here, Marcus Fizer has been limited offensively in this game.
And it's all the mixing defenses that have confused them. Also, guys taking it upon themselves on the perimeter with dribble penetration, and he has not been in the game. He's making a cut one way, the ball's going the other, it's on the floor.
Johnson shoots again. Foul was on Njai. Johnson will have one more.
We're talking about Johnson. He may decide to play football in his extra year. His dad was a pretty good football. You probably called some of his dad's games with the Broncos, did you? You've been around for a while.
Yeah, you're right. There's the tip. Off the miss. I just assumed you didn't remind me.
Did you call Frank Tribuca's games as a quarterback?
Tied at 38. An enormous crowd here in Minneapolis, and this has been enjoyable.
What a great atmosphere. Quick jack, and NCAA was trying to post up.
Offensive board. Fishback gets the return. Takes the jumper. Hands it. That's for three.
Terrific open shooter, and he's got size over the perimeter people. They can't contest.
Back to the zone now for Auburn. And here's Fizer. Double comes from NCAA. He goes baseline. No. Robinson saves it.
Pretty good move by Fizer, though, Verne. Away from the double. He got the baseline shot off.
Here's Doc Robinson. Little runner, short. And Michael Nurse gets it in the hands of Tinsley. No numbers.
Of course.
Yep, hit the bottom of the rim.
And nothing there. Wisely held back by Auburn.
3-point Auburn Tiger lead. The 7 seed leads the 2 seed. And a foul on Tinsley. Auburn and Iowa State. Our second game will be UCLA, Maryland. And the winners of those 2 games advance to the Midwest Regional. Next week, Auburn Hills on Thursday and Saturday. (41-38). Robinson. Fizer can't save it. Timeout was called. Yes, he did.
Heads up play. Couldn't really capture it to kick it back to a teammate. And Larry Eustachy, he's really upset. His team unraveling just a little bit, Verne. But this is heads up play. Maybe this will get them going. They haven't been themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Flight 126 has been cancelled. There is another flight, Union Atlantic Air Flight 176, at a gate 54. It has 5 remaining seats.
MySAP.com helps companies and people work together in real time.
Correction, 4 remaining seats.
Hey.
41-38 Auburn. Dick Kelly, a reporter from Boone, Iowa, has a theory that he has advanced. That the first team to score 40 points in the game wins. They have applied that to Iowa State. Larry Eustachy's team is 38-0 when they get to 41st. They're only 7-19 when they are the second team there.
Well, Dick, I really respect you, but, you know, you hit the 40 by 4, you're ahead, you win. It's like the schoolyard. I'm sure Larry's not interested right now. Here goes the zone. It looks like a 1-3-1. They take cutters and they try and front and back Fizer. Tough catch.
Yes, it was, and a tough shot. Oh, wow.
And he is again looking at the officials. He must contain himself. Let it come. Relax a little bit, big fella.
Double figures now, 3 field goals for Fizer. He's a perfect 4-4 at the line.
And they got the clear out, Verne, down the box. McGadney trying to duck in on Marcus. Fizer held his ground, and Cliff Ellis, great self-control. Not real happy with that call.
The last move by Marcus Fizer. He's in double figures, but it's been a struggle.
32-75.
I didn't bring my purse.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
It did look good on her.
Our need to communicate, to learn, to be in touch has spawned products of genius. Today, Microsoft continues this progression, creating tools that empower, tools that multiply our possibilities, taking us to places we've never been, where discovery and achievement transcend anything we have known. Where do you find companies fostering growth on so many levels? Exactly. NASDAQ, stock market for the digital world.
The firm loves you.
Nobody can beat our offer.
Stanley, please. Just yesterday, a startup in Frisco made a mockery of your signing bonus. A firm in New York laid the smackdown on your 401k, and a righteous place in Chicago made your starting salary look like cab fare.
You know what? I don't like you, but I'll give you what you want.
Cool.
Play your hand at hotjobs.com. All the best jobs and the tools to find them at Hot Jobs, the hottest hand on the web.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's the greatest land of all.
Introducing Chevy Impala. Designed, engineered, and built to be the most carefree car on the road.
See the
Let's go for a drive. Impala. We'll be there.
Was he, as one prominent Catholic called him, Hitler's Pope? More pro-Nazi than the present Pope is willing to concede? 60 Minutes, Sunday. Auburn up by 1, 15-14 to go in regulation play. Thus far in the tournament, 13 games decided by 5 or less. We've had 4 overtime games, and 3 teams thus far, Syracuse, Michigan State, LSU, have advanced to the Sweet 16. One of these two will join them. Here's the inbound play to Michael Nurse. Pressure applied by Auburn.
And they back it off for a little trap and then recover. Their half-court defense has been terrific. Puzzling and confusing. It looks like a straight-up man this trip.
Reggie Sharp is on the floor, number 11. He picks up Horton. Here's Tinsley guarded by Scott Pohlman, who's back on.
And now that's the match, and they try and slip to the tin. Horton.
Tinsley.
You notice how they've taken away his dribble penetration?
Yes.
It's not the same. It's all this jam and nice post pass.
Yes, it was. That's from Horton.
Terrific as Johnson holds off. Good catch and finish.
And here comes the crowd again, Bill.
They won't go away.
Much larger crowd from Iowa State than from Auburn. Unsurprisingly, here's McGadney from the corner. No rebound. Kantrail, Horton.
They play bigger. He gets over 4 rebounds a game. Look at this lob.
Fizer will go to the line.
I thought a pretty good block by Fishback. There's the game for Fizer. Maybe he is in it for, that's the first time we've seen him sprint the floor and able to dominate. But the ability to feed the post, a lost start. And right here, the easy finish because of the on the platter delivery and the duck in, the strength. He can turn, catch, and I thought that was pretty good up above. Maybe a little nickel dimer underneath.
Marcus Fizer showing a little pain after being fouled.
Nice piece of officiating here too to let him get calmed down.
Now at the free throw line.
I would think Larry Eustachy at halftime would suggest, hey, relax a little bit. Some nights things don't come your way easily. We'll get you involved. We'll give you a few more touches. Underneath the rim is where he got swatted at the end here. Well, I guess he did get married a little bit underneath. A little small change. I thought it was a pretty good protection, giving up the easy one.
And now Marcus Fizer shoots one more.
What a solid year he has had, Verne. He's so impressed. The more you get a chance to see his total game, and loves the chance to get in the NCAA. That's what it was all about for him.
That's right. Spent some time trying to make the team for the World University Games last summer. He made the final 16, but did not survive the last cut. And he spent time around guys who had been to the Final Four. He said, that's my goal.
In particular, Kevin Freeman from Connecticut. He saw his ring, came back, said, guys, we got to get to the NCAA.
Little jumper? No. Here comes Tinsley. Fizer late getting down. They'll come back and reload.
Great defensive stance by Doc. One of the things, they want to keep the ball in front on penetrate. They got the little luggage maneuver.
They called him for palming the ball. Yeah. And Fizer must keep himself in control.
Well, Auburn has been able to keep it on the perimeter. Let's just see if he does. Yeah, that's one of those little Allen Iverson maneuvers at Georgetown.
Turnovers now tied at 8.
It's been a pretty well-played game, Verne. Trying to establish Njai. Fizer doing a great job with the Fulker. They got him now. Jump
There's
hook.
Njai, jump hook, got it.
There you go. Get him involved.
Mamadou Njai, another of those 4 seniors, and we include Chris Porter, who are on schedule to graduate for Auburn. Left side it goes. Off the dribble. Back to Johnson and Tinsley. Jumper for Tinsley. Got it for 3.
Well, he needs to step up for his team. They feed off of him as well as Fizer. Fizer not getting the opportunities. Might as well be the little guy at the point.
10 ties, 8 lead changes.
Well, Auburn established Njai. See if they can be patient and get him again.
Scott Pohlman. Tinsley out on him.
Scotty's got to keep moving. That's where he loses Tinsley. If he on the ball, he's tough defensively.
Now he cuts back left side. Shot clock at 5. Doc, spin move. Johnson is there. It's short.
And they thought it was a whistle. Did you see everybody stop?
Yes, absolutely. Here's Tinsley again. Foul on Doc Robinson.
As good a same-hand change as I've seen in college basketball. He comes at you, and this is where you get the abuser, which is what the kids back in New York called them. He just comes right at you with the left hand, keeps it in the seam, makes the move to the tin.
That's the first foul on Doc Robinson. 5 team fouls for Auburn. Only 2 in this half for Iowa State. Kantrail Horton put a shoulder down from the corner. Spot up for 3.
Drive, draw, present.
Njai, Pohlman, put back Marquis Daniels, Fizer got it.
Great cut by Pohlman, couldn't finish in traffic.
Here's Tinsley, way outside. Oh.
St. Paul, that's a little further.
No, that was from Madison. He's in the heart of Wisconsin from that one. Robinson.
And they get it outside, no shot.
No basket. Though Cliff Ellis was pleading his case. Time has been called.
You want to be out in this?
Somebody is.
What happened? I need your help. I'm off the road.
Chevy Silverado, with the most powerful V8 of any competitive 4x4 pickup. The 300 horsepower Silverado. The truck from Chevy.
I gotta get me one of those.
Call Merck to learn more about an FDA-approved hair loss treatment or call your doctor to discuss which treatment is best for you.
When the world's largest search engine went looking for an e-business partner, guess who they found? Dell. We know how he works. Visit Dell.com.
Okay, sweetie, on your toes. Swing through the ball, through it. Eye on the ball, hon. We're working on the forehand. Okay, let's try backhand. We'll work backhand. Okay, you just need to connect with the ball. Let's stay in the game, sweetheart. Now, don't be afraid to charge the net.
How do you plan on financing your retirement? Conseco's annuities have tax advantages that can help. Conseco, step up.
Welcome to the World Wide Web. And what a tangled web we weave. With so much traffic, the superhighway can become a parking lot. So Agilent Technologies makes systems and components that help turn internet gridlock into open road. It's a driver's dream.
Prepare for the unexpected,
You're about to have a baby. No!
the outrageous.
My dog's been shot. Please help him.
All new City of Angels, CBS Wednesday.
Auburn shot very well in the first half. They have not in this half, 4 of 16. And the fast break points going the way of Iowa State. Marquis Fizer doing his job away from the ball.
Well, he's in position, but look at the dribble drive, and that's what makes this club so tough. And he's willing to let others dominate. The spot up by Tinsley, the recognition and kick by Kantrail, can do. Horton.
Iowa State hitting 60% on 6 of 10 in this half. Here's Fishback inside for Njai over Fizer. Short. Fizer with the rebound.
Now that's a good defensive sequence. Look at him with the dribble now. This is what excites people.
Listed as 6'8". Larry Eustachy thinks maybe 6'6" and 3/4, huh?
He's not going to give him away for 2 inches.
Johnson in the corner. Pohlman fouled. And Nurse is going to go for 3 free throws.
Let's see it. The challenge defensively on the jump shot you want, but you want to be under control. We mentioned, Mike, I saw Anthony Nurse, as you did.
Right, yesterday.
A program operations guy at CBS Radio. He's here. Mom's home watching. Her son getting a chance to shoot 3, as you noted.
2 more. Yeah.
One more. Wisconsin and Arizona. Wisconsin, terrific. Oklahoma, another Big 12 team. Purdue with Gene Katie's tough. Man.
Perfect trip to the line for Michael Nurse. And a 9-point Iowa State lead.
Very key trip. Got to get to the foul line. That means dribble drive or on the box. McGadney or Njai. Screen across.
Largest lead of the game. Foul. Jamaal Tinsley. Beginning Tuesday, April 4th, CBS presents an extraordinary television event, Falcone. The FBI's best agent is going deeper into the mob than anyone's been before. Falcone coming to CBS Tuesday, April 4th.
And Mel Tinsley, which is his nickname, just overzealous in his defense outside, gets number 3.
Entry pass, Njai. Jumper in the lane, and he goes to the free throw line as Marquis Fizer picks up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, nice job. Cliff Ellis knowing how key this trip is. You don't want to get in double figures this late in the game. But Njai, you saw the jump hook before. The good hop step to turn. A little nylon by the big fella. And a chance to get to the foul line. You can see Fizer with the body rub and not pushing him far enough out.
Njai can't make it a 3-point play. It's a 7-point lead. Horton, Stevie Johnson back outside, and Tinsley calls for it. Now Fizer goes into the low post. Nice pass. Oh, boy. He went around the world, and he's going to get a chance to shoot a free one.
What a great play. With 10 and change left, there's no way Fizer was going to come out with the 3rd foul. You've got to go to him if you use him. But the ability to duck and get in position, just extraordinary. It wasn't even a screen, but Horton drags the attention as he makes the cut. The catch to finish. The big fella, maybe on track. Malone-ish. Would you give a Karl Malone, Louisiana Tech?
That's the comparison that's being made. Marquis Fizer said yesterday he has not met Karl Malone, but he appreciates the comparison.
Well, he can deliver mail to me anytime. Marquis Fizer.
14 points, rebound, Johnson. Nurse to the right side. They do not have numbers, so they'll come back and set it.
Good recognition.
Jamaal Tinsley now with 6 assists in this game. He's got 240 for the year. That is a single-season Iowa State record.
Now, this is what Arkansas did to Auburn. Spread the floor, one-on-one dribble penetration in the final of the SEC. A little out of control. Kantrail. Got to use judgment. And he's looking at the officials.
That the 9th turnover for Iowa State. 10-point game. 55-45, 9:23 to go.
And right now, Auburn running their motion, which is a dunk in on the box. Screen away. And there's the presentation with the ball. Here comes NJ. I got to give it to him.
Fizer plays with 3.
That's where he likes to jump putt.
Travel.
Now, why wasn't it a travel when he did it before? I mean, that's the same play. You can't do that.
I think you're going to have to ask Mike Sancerre about that.
That's not fair. I mean, the big fella, let's see what he does. Tell you what, he's probably right. He's probably right, but he let him get away with it the last time.
The first time.
Yeah, so of course you think you're right if you're Mamadou.
55-45. Well, Horton likes that long-range shot. There's no question about
Johnson with the soft hands around the rim. Oh, can he elevate? And he is tough around the 10.
Let him roar in Iowa State. Fishback tries to quiet the crowd. Nice follow from Marquis Daniels.
Nice job. He's played well when he's been on the floor. This is a stout-hearted group of Auburn guys. What they've been through with Chris Porter, bonding together. The team has called them daily. Cliff has been in contact as well, trying to reach back and solidify down the stretch here.
There's the pick. Tinsley in the lane, no. Rebound, Mamadou Njai.
They don't have to be in a hurry right now, Iowa State. You can always get that late in the shot clock. High pick and roll.
Doc Robinson spins, puts it up, no. Follow is good.
And what had happened is Fizer's out on the picker, Njai. Nobody else helping a rebound for Iowa State.
Daymeon Fishback gets that basket, and it's an 8-point game.
And here's that one-on-one mentality right now. They're going to the box. Got to come with the double.
Fizer.
Too late. High. Fizer.
Robinson. And it's in the hands of Marquis Fizer.
Say, Iowa State hid behind the pick, and that was a gamble with Robinson. Larry Eustachy wants to really go at them. He's not backing off using clock.
You think he wanted that shot?
Yeah, you know, I'm wondering, those shots you can always get. Maybe do some damage. He had just been tough on the block, Marcus. Stepped out of bounds with the ball.
Turnover. 10 turnovers for Auburn. Marquis Fizer now has a double-double. 10 rebounds to complement his 14 points.
Jason Gedrick stars in Falcone, beginning April 4th on CBS.
Meet Carlos Sandoval, veteran Navy SEAL, trained to go through anything, equipped to survive it. Introducing the Chevy S10 Survival Pack. CD, automatic, air, aluminum wheels. Over $1,300 in savings and $1,250 cash back. You might think that could weaken a Navy SEAL. Fat chance. The Chevy S10 Survival Pack. Like a rock.
Hey, buddy, you looking for a job? Brother, you came to the right place. I got hot jobs, cool jobs, jobs that are absolute monsters. Just go and take your pick. You got me? Come on, right this way.
Tired of internet job sites that lead you nowhere? Log on to kforce.com with over 2,000 recruiting specialists whose only job is to get you the job. kforce.com. Opportunity has a new address.
Former occupation, sumo wrestler. What's so funny? You're just a little guy. What happened? It tastes too good. I didn't know it wasn't regular cola. I don't need to see that. This is good.
Try Pepsi One. A breakthrough sweetener makes it taste more like a regular.
Have you ever thought about being a jockey? You're a funny lady.
Too good to be 1 calorie, but it is.
She's a beauty, isn't she?
Yeah, she sure is. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
Be my guest.
anything in a two-door?
Can't do it in life? Do it on the web with the power of the Pentium 3 processor. And find out how to get even more from the Pentium 3 processor at Intel.com.
Iowa State up by 10, 59-49. They trail by 1 at the half. And let's take a look at the data bank. Only one number 7 seed has ever advanced to the Final Four. That's a Virginia team we all remember in 1984. Look at the shooting woes for Auburn compared to the excellence displayed by Iowa State in the second half.
And I would think Larry Eustachy's comments, Carmen can take it right on the money. He was disgusted with the defense. They've stepped it up. They can shut you down. They run their offense now. We're spreading and trying to penetrate. Fizer with good hands to get free.
Yep.
Just discard it. But that's what working out does for you.
Second seed over the 7 seed. And the lead 61-49. McGadney, Fizer with a rebound.
They got the quick shot, but they're not able to convert. And who's there now? Marquis, much more relaxed. You notice, he's not after the officials, playing within himself.
6 to go.
Exchanging all the way now. They've been able to identify Marquis Fizer with NJ more frequently.
Horton comes back outside.
Look at Fizer, hooked him out when he can't get it. Loves that pick and stay from outside. Pick.
In and out. Njai.
Iowa State's got to make Auburn use of clock if they can. Counter that with quick hitters for Auburn.
Here's Jay Hurd. Michael Nurse brings it back outside.
It's sort of cute how they tease you, too. Force you back on your heels with the dribble. And now milk time in the Midwest.
Iowa State trying to get back into the round of 16. Since their last visit to the NCAAs in '97, here's Tinsley in the lane. They got to the Sweet 16 in 1997, lost to UCLA in overtime. Last year, 15-15 in Larry Eustachy's first year. A preseason pick to finish dead last in the Big 12 this year.
Isn't that amazing?
Here's Robinson. Tipped. Fresh 35 for Auburn. But the infusion of these junior college kids, Tinsley particularly, Kantrail, Horton, and the maturity of Marquis Fizer. Here's Robinson again. And this one comes down in the hands of Michael Nurse, who was there last year. And Iowa State looking for its 31st win of the season.
And coming up empty on the offensive end, 5 of 20 from deep. They got away from pounding it inside, started to rely on a deep shot. And also Iowa State tightening the noose. Look at this big guy. Kiss and yes! Oh! He's alone!
Ellis calls time. Marquis Fizer can relax.
Do you have whooping in a can?
No, we only have it in gel form, and it's on aisle 4.
Now, this maple has a bounce ratio of 8.3.
How do I raise my roof?
And Netmaster 2000 works on any net.
Next. Both hands up, keep your elbows straight, and you this motion here.
Thank you very much. I will do that.
63-49, Cyclones lead the Tigers Monday on CBS. When you're in trouble, these are the lawyers you want on your side. See for yourself what everyone is talking about. Catch an all-new episode of Family Law Monday on CBS.
Well, you just saw one of the power brokers in college basketball put a little clinic on what a difference a half makes. 14. The dribble drive. The kiss at the end.
Empty pass, Njai.
Off the timeout, you always see it go in deep.
Off the glass and good.
More touches, and quickly. They can get themselves organized for a turnover.
Daniels, Tinsley saves it as Fizer lost it.
Fatigue, a big thing, I think, with Auburn.
Jamison, Brewer on the floor now, number 5 for the Tigers. Here's Horton.
They showed signs early in this half, having to play the penetrate. Look at this. He should have given it up, though.
Yeah.
He had Nurse with a nice assist, would have brought the house down. Give it up, big fella. Look at that dribble drive. They have a thing in basketball. It's almost a follow the leader, Verne, where the first guy decides the dribble move. And then everybody has to follow. How would you like to follow these perimeter people with their shake and bake, their slice it, their ability to show it, take it back, and then finish with authority? Slow it down. And then blow by. And that's your power forward doing that.
Stevie Johnson gets one more from the free throw line.
31 Banks at the end for Auburn. Johnson shooting
2 days ago, Larry Eustachy won his first NCAA game. He's on the verge of his second.
Gentlemen, a moment of silence in honor of Bob. Bob, a good friend, a good man, whose time had come. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
First, get a designated driver. Next, grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Excuse me, our car broke down. Can anyone give us a ride home?
Back later, guys.
Oh, thanks.
Hi, Bob.
Mark, why is Grandma eating off the ironing board?
Why not?
This is a kitchen table, not a desk.
It's both now, and Dad's got a schedule for that. Dinner's at 11-ish.
Marky, go work in your room.
There's no desk up there, and I can't stay awake. I just get in bed, it's like, out.
Would you like a room with a nice big workspace?
Great.
What's this look like? A Holiday Inn?
Hey, Grandma.
Want a room with room to work? Holiday Inn gives you more, and more is better.
Man, I'm hungry.
What, $1 for a sliver of raw fish?
It's sushi.
Sushi? Where I'm from, we call that stuff bait.
What else can you get for just $1?
Well, I can get a 20-minute phone call for only 99 cents.
Quit kidding around.
No, it's true. Dial 10-10-220. It's just 99 cents for all calls up to 20 minutes.
And just 7 cents a minute after that.
And get this, there's no monthly fee.
10-10-220 really is a great deal.
We know. Hey,
Dial 10-10-220.
Just when you thought it was safe to leave your car in the parking lot, something evil will strike. You need a car tough enough to take it on. Chevy Malibu. With a steel safety cage, breakaway mirrors, a 6-layer paint process, and bounce-back bumpers, it's one tough car. Chevy Malibu. We'll be there.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Purdue and Oklahoma are in the last 35 seconds of their matchup. Let's take you to Tucson Live. Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
Gene Katie remaining calm on the bench. Hollis Price, 83% free throw shooter. He's made 31 of his last 34. First one good.
Now, McQuay was not trying to commit that foul, but it presents an interesting situation. There will only be 0.1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So Gene Katie gets McQuay, his worst free throw shooter, out of the game and puts Smith, a 70% free throw shooter, in.
Both free throws good. Timeout, Oklahoma. 35 seconds to go. 1-point game from Tucson.
To all the new e-businesses just getting started, why not talk to the company that's pioneered the business-to-business revolution on the web? One whose own infrastructure supports $40 million per day in e-commerce alone. One who can help you achieve the same success with your e as we have with ours. Dell knows how e works. Visit Dell.com.
Dell e-business servers use Intel Pentium 3 Xeon processors.
The game reset, 35.1 to go. Both teams in the 1-and-1, each with 2 timeouts. Oklahoma, the 3rd seed, and Purdue, the number 6. OU knocked out of the tournament the last 2 years by Big Ten teams, Indiana and Michigan State. And Brian Cardinal and company with a 1-point lead.
And in a game involving 2 teams with the reputation for toughness that these 2 teams possess, this game has had every bit of the intensity that we expected it would have.
Robinson inbounding. Here's Cunningham. You don't want to foul him. He's a great shooter. And it's a jump ball. Purdue with the arrow. Price almost came up with the turnover.
Cunningham got going just a little too fast, and Price very nearly came up with the ball. Cunningham gets going, and he loses the dribble, and then the ball bounces off the leg of Price. Cunningham may have saved the game by grabbing onto this basketball. Price trying to call the timeout, but you can't give him timeout when Cunningham has his hand on the ball.
Nahara ready to check back into the game. 29.3 to go, 29 on the shot clock. When do you foul?
You foul immediately if you don't get the steal.
Oklahoma refusing the foul. Now they do.
And that's the guy they wanted to foul. And Haywood, very fortunate that he doesn't get an intentional foul called in that situation. And that's the guy, Rodney Smith, that Gene Cady put in the line specifically because he was a little bit better free throw shooter. In fact, a lot better free throw shooter than McQuay. Shoots it at better than 70% on the year. Almost 71%.
2 shots.
And it's a little easier to go to the line in this situation knowing that you have 2. That was the 10th team foul against Oklahoma.
Both free throws good. Oklahoma wants a timeout. 21.3 to go. 65-62 Purdue.
Hey, buddy, you looking for a job? Brother, you came to the right place. I got hot jobs, cool jobs, jobs that are absolute monsters. Just go and take your pick. You got me? Come on, right this way.
Tired of internet job sites that lead you nowhere? Log on to kforce.com with over 2,000 recruiting specialists whose only job is to get you the job. kforce.com. Opportunity has a new address.
The game reset. Oklahoma 10 fouls, Purdue 9. And the Boilers with 2 timeouts remaining, OU with 1.
Gene Cady's squad needs to play tough defense. The only thing that they can't do is to foul the 3-point shooter. Still plenty of time left in this game if Oklahoma can get a quick score.
Now Price into the front court. 15 to go. Knocked away! Recovered by Smith. With 11.5 remaining.
And Mike Robinson, who has struggled on offense the entire game, steps in and makes a big defensive play. The scramble for the ball out front. Cunningham doing a nice job putting pressure on Price, and that allows Robinson to step in and take the pass.
And look at the Boilermaker bench. Now Smith at the line. Eduardo Nahara fouls out. 15 points and 6 rebounds. It may be the end of a great college career. Smith, perfect.
When you sit over there on the sideline for as long as that man has, you learn a couple of things. And Gene Keady making a key substitution, getting Smith in the ball game at the end, and he's rewarded him by making 3 or 4.
66-62. Oklahoma has to hurry. Raymond for 3, in and out. He gets it back with 3 to go. Raymond. And that'll do it. The Boilermakers are headed for Albuquerque.
How about those Wisconsin Badgers? 66-62. Arizona falls by the wayside. Let's send you back to the game you were watching.
93 seconds remaining in this one, and the Iowa State Cyclones are going to advance to the Sweet 16. They are up 73-56 with 1:33 to go. Robinson for Auburn just canned a 3-pointer. He's in double digits with 12. And Fizer, slow start today, hit one of his first 8 from the field, but the All-American Marquis Fizer with 22 points.
Well, in the first half, Clark Kent came on the name of Marquis Fizer. The second half, Superman showed up. They started to establish his game low, go to him with some consistency. His composure was maintained in the second half. Rattled, uncomfortable, not happy with calls in the first half. And then their extraordinary pressure defense. Man, getting after people, making it very difficult to get the ball to the correct spots for Auburn.
Now try and work on the clock. Here's Marquis Fizer, number 5. Jamison Brewer just canned those 2 free throws, is out. And Michael Nurse puts it on the floor. Taken away by Marquis Daniels. Brewer has it blocked. A foul is called on Stevie Johnson. That's 4.
Now that's twice now they've fouled in the last couple of seconds on the jump shot. And that's not what you want to do when you're in position to dominate and get this thing over with. Tough to back off that aggressive nature they possess.
Cliff Ellis still coaching in his 6th year at Auburn.
It's been a great run for these seniors. Outstanding success.
.13 Iowa State lead. Jamison Brewer at the line. And the rebound into the hand of Michael Nurse. Fizer calls for it at the other end. Nurse trapped in the backcourt. Can't get rid of it. Marquis Daniels, offensive foul.
Nice job. Really terrific defense. You turn it over, you got to make up for it. And the little words there as Michael Nurse is spoken to by some of his teammates. Cliff Ellis not really happy with that particular call, but it's been extra effort defensively and the establishment inside. And they got a little timeout. I think old Larry Eustachy wants to give a little earful.
Timeout called Iowa State.
Nothing like food and water stolen from a precious little azalea.
Thanks for the meal, Red.
Nobody gonna spray us now with all these delicate flowers around.
Right, Red?
Say, what's that?
Roundup. No root, no weed, no problem.
Doing more, performing at my best, uses up nutrients.
New Centrum Performance helps replace them with more key B vitamins plus ginseng and ginkgo.
It helps energize my mind and body.
Life's demanding, but I thrive on it.
Centrum Performance. Life demands it.
73-60 with 64 seconds to go. The CBS Sportsline stat of the game. Free throws. Iowa State has been to the line 27 times, and they have converted an outstanding 22. And that the theme we talked about in the first half. How aggressive they are in getting to the line.
And as importantly as that is, Verne, Larry Eustachy, your job as a coach is to make adjustments. In the first half, they were puzzled. I think the coaches were puzzled as to how to cope with the matchup defense of Auburn. They were not able to dribble drive, which is much of their game. They couldn't establish Marquis Fizer down on the box, the double ups, the confusion down there. But at halftime, they opened it up. did a little individual screen across on occasion and developed a consistent attack on the offensive end, particularly when Fizer was awakened.
McGadney has just fouled out with 8 points, and Jamaal Tinsley goes to the line. 73-60. Coming next in our coverage of the men's NCAA championship, Gonzaga against St. John's, and here in Minneapolis we've got a terrific matchup. UCLA against Maryland. Tinsley 1 of 2. Auburn made a very good game of this, Bill, for much of the second half.
They sure did. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the firepower. Getting it inside Setley for deep shots now. The three's not going down. As you noted, look at this lead.
Tinsley, Johnson, Njai with a foul, and Stevie Johnson will shoot 2.
Well, they know when to stick that dagger in, though. Tinsley with the lead. The acknowledgement at the end by Johnson.
$74-60.
Cliff reached into the bag, with the changes in the defensive look, just to control this potent offensive team.
Now, one of the nice stories here on Thursday night, Jimbo Talbert, who has been the manager for the last 2 years, was given a uniform, a number. He got into the lineup, played just a little bit at the end of the game. Nice note, not going to happen today.
He'll have a changed attitude now that he's on the varsity. Get those towels over there, son.
Brewer off the front rim. And the Iowa State Cyclones are going to go 31-4. They're going to join Michigan State and Syracuse and one other team, either UCLA or Maryland, at the Palace of Auburn Hills next Thursday. Jamaal Tinsley, what a path. The streets of Brooklyn, a community college in California, all Big 12 this year, and he's going to the Sweet 16. And he's going to be joined there by Marquis, Fizer, an All-American. State advances to the round of 16 with a convincing 79-60 win over Auburn. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game, Mamadou Njai with 9 points and 3 rebounds for Auburn. Marquis Fizer, 16 second half points and a double-double again. Stacy enjoyed this one, and she's going to get to watch some more basketball. Greg and Clark when we come back.